Hey, what's going on, guys? So before I get into my Darksiders Warmastered review, I just want to point out a good friend who my sword broke. So I wasn't able to do anything cool or special before this review. I was going to do this little thing. It was going to be like outside, and I was going to like, swing it around and look all cool and shit. I wasn't able to do that though because it's broke, so rip Mike's Chaos Eater or sword. So yeah, this is messed up, but now that we've gotten that out of the way, now let's talk Darksiders. So, what is Darksiders? Well, it's a story about the four horsemen, and it's also about the armies of heaven and hell versus, right? So here's how the story goes. So heaven and hell made a truce, and the council created this balance. And the council is these kind of like these judges who balance out power in the universe, and they enforce these rules by using the four horsemen of the apocalypse. And they kind of do, like their dirty work, kind of. So we eventually do play as all of these characters. Well, not all of them. We still got one more character to play as. As I'm recording this video, Darksiders 3 was announced. So if you want to check out that video of my crazy talk about that, then that will be somewhere at the end of this video. So Darksiders Warmastered was actually really a step up from the original, because the original, the graphics were good, but they were not as detailed and textured as Warmastered is. So that's one thing, is this is another great remaster. This is putting more textures and layers onto this, and color, and it really works. And I didn't expect it to be, because the track record so far for remasters has not been good. They've been pretty sucky, actually. But we've had good ones, we've had bad ones, but this one was good, thank God. And actually, so was the second Darksiders 2 game, Death Infinited, which I'm not going to review, but I'm going to say that one looks even better too than the original. So that's good. So I completely trust this new team of people. I also heard that for the third game, they're going to include some of the people who worked on the first two games to work on this game, the third game. So that's really cool. So because I never really talked about this before, I do want to talk about it a bit. So we play as War. We play as War. He's got this big sword called the Chaos Eater. And he's like, he wears red, he's got the red hoodie, he's like big buff dude. And he's just War, right? So that's what he does. So the story is he is charged with the destruction of humanity, and for the unbalance. There was an unbalance on Earth, and with the fight. So he's in trouble for it. He's serving his time. And at the beginning of the game, we find out that he does eventually, because we play as him, he does eventually get out of the chains. He is in the chains for 100 years, so he's chained for a century. And when he finally gets out, he has to be watched by this so-called Watcher, played by Mark Hamill. Awesome, right? So now Mark Hamill is awesome, but sometimes him playing as the Watcher, I just want to punch in the face because he's so annoying. He has a lot of control over you because the council gave him so much power. So in the words of the Watcher, War is a dog on a leash, basically. So you got that, and then you got War trying to, sorry about that, birds again. So, where was I? The Watcher. So yeah, we're dog on a leash, right? So he's sent back to Earth to fix what he did wrong, basically, and to destroy the Destroyer. That's his goal. The Destroyer is actually someone we don't even meet yet. It's someone who we meet at the end of the game, but we do hear words about him and that he exists. And there is a cool little twist at the end of the game, which we find out, but I'm not going to spoil that. I do want to focus a little bit more on characters right now. Samael, there's this character called Samael. He is a demon who you meet after you are on Earth for a little bit, and you need his help to gain the power to fight against the Destroyer's armies, which he does give you. Uriel is an angel, and she fights with War a lot. You fight her, I think, twice in this game, which is probably more than which is probably more, actually no, the same amount as Straga. And Straga is the first big boss we fight in the game, and he actually beats us because we run out of power on Earth, because there was, the twist is that no call was given. The 7th seal was not really broken. That's the twist of the game. And that's interesting. That's really cool. Which I'm not going to tell you who broke the seal, but really cool. Okay, so let's talk about gameplay, because I really love the gameplay in this game. So that's why I had the big sword, which I'm not going to pick up right now. So, gameplay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he does so much with this sword. He just cuts up demons. He cuts up angel wings and just freaking, like it's gruesome. Like, this guy is gruesome and he does not care. Like if they're an enemy, he is going to demolish them, and that's something that's really cool about his combat, and which you do get in Death Infinite, but you know, with Death, but that's another subject. But War, I really like his gameplay. I like how he's big, he's bulky, he's really just this pushy guy. He's a guy who doesn't budge. Like that's the kind of person he is, and that's why I like the character so much, and that's why I like the game so much. I like the character and I like his gameplay. You can do these cool ass finishers, like I said, where he cuts off angel wings, and he like this one, he stabs someone in the hand and he just beats him up. Like it's just really gruesome and yet cool to watch game, like, as you perform these amazing takedowns. So let's get to the positives and negatives of this game. So I think I already said that the positives of this game is the characters, the fighting in this game. The boss fights are really creative, I think. The enemies are interesting. They're not, you know, just there for you to fight. They actually mean something to the game. The only negatives I can come up with is the puzzles, and that this game kind of takes a little too long in some sections. Like, for example, there's this one scene where you gotta release this angel from this like weird cell. You gotta do this 3 times. You gotta unlock these like 3 things. And it just, it takes so long to do it. It takes so long to do it. And it's just frustrating because sometimes you don't know where to go. It's like, what am I supposed to do? That is frustrating, and that really sucks. But this is the remaster version, so, you know, it's not a big problem. That's just the main game. This is not the remaster. The remaster, as far as graphics, the graphics are much better. Graphics alone, like graphic comparison, to the original and to this one, 10 out of 10. But the game itself, I need to judge, because there is a problem with this game. There is a weird glitch in this game, and that glitch is your cutscenes can skip. I shit you not. This has happened to me twice. I will be playing the game, and then it will just skip my cutscene, and I'm sitting there thinking, what?
Respect, bitches. That's what they're like right now.
She mistook me for someone else. She loved him, and I believe that he loved her. Long ago, before all this. Foolishly, he chose duty above all, and died for it. Will you do the same? Heaven hunts you. Hell hates you. All of creation, join me more. Like a great sword, I will raise you up, and our enemies will shatter against us. The spoils of 1,000 victories will be yours. Or serve the justice of a corrupt council. The Creator who abandons his most. To serve in heaven.
So that was irritating. That was weird. I don't understand why it skips the cutscene, but that needs to be fixed. I don't know if they fixed it or not, because it's actually been a while since I played Warmastered. So yeah, like I said, solid game. Remaster. How would I compare the remaster from the original? Like I said, to compare the remaster to the original, if you have not played this game, I recommend Warmastered. But if you have played the game, you already own the original copy, I would still go out and buy this. This game is $20. There are people who charge you $60. Batman Return to Arkham. And they think that's okay. Like, that's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. Why pay $60 for a game you technically are already paid for, where you can pay $20 more than great price, $20 for a remaster, and it looks great. Yeah, there are problems. The cutscenes skip. The textures look great. You win some, you lose some. So I would give them the same grade, which would be probably a 9 out of 10. It's just the puzzles, like I said, and the fact that my cutscenes skip. But mostly because of the fact that this is a remaster. The reason why a 9, because remember, this is not the original, this is the remaster. And I'm mostly talking about the stuff in the remaster, but I also want to talk about the things that I love and things I, appreciate about the game. Not just the fact that the remaster alone and the graphical update. That alone looks great. It's just the cutscenes skip, and when the cutscenes skip, you get kind of irritated, and that's something that needs to be fixed. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.